Chosen one, there comes a moment when the air around your life changes and you can feel eyes on you. Quiet, focused, evaluating eyes. And that moment is now. You are not moving in obscurity anymore. Doors you didn't knock on are cracking open to peek at you. Rooms you haven't entered are already speaking your name. This is not paranoia, it is pattern. Influence gravitates toward momentum, and you have become momentum. There are important figures taking note of your poise under pressure, your consistency when no one claps, your ability to turn little into much. They are observing you because your results are louder than your explanations, and your discipline has outlived every doubt. Receive this as a warning, not to shrink, but to sharpen, not to panic, but to prepare. The season of being unseen is ending, and visibility demands a different level of precision. You are being watched for two reasons: what you carry and how you carry it. Many can talk, few can deliver. Fewer can deliver without leaking integrity. You have been delivering with integrity. That is rare, and rarity draws attention. Some are inspired and want to help you scale. Others are threatened and want to test your foundation. Both will arrive dressed as opportunity. That is why your next steps must be deliberate. Every post, every partnership, every reply is a data point being read by people you've never met. When anonymous eyes become evaluators, small details become loud. Your tone communicates as loudly as your talent. Your boundaries tell as much of your story as your breakthroughs. Treat your life like a briefing that could be read aloud in any boardroom, and you'd still be proud. Audit your words the way an editor trims a headline: short, clear, accurate. Clean your digital footprint. Make your pages match your purpose. Reduce access points that don't need to exist. Keep receipts, confirmations, drafts, timelines, version history. You are building a traceable narrative of excellence. Influence respects receipts more than rhetoric. Do not confuse mystery with mess. Moving in wisdom is not the same as being vague. Be concise about what you do, selective about what you share, and relentless about the standards that got you noticed in the first place. Understand the watchers. Some are mentors in disguise, testing for humility. Some are gatekeepers, testing for consistency. Some are competitors, searching for your soft spots. Some are silent allies, waiting for the right moment to extend a hand. Your job is not to predict which is which. Your job is to make every category meet the same version of you: calm, exact, prepared. If flattery shows up early, slow the conversation down. If pressure appears fast, slow your breathing down. People who truly move mountains rarely rush you. They measure you. Meet measurement with mastery. Your energy is now part of the negotiation. The steadier you are, the clearer the room becomes. Agendas reveal themselves when you refuse to be hurried. Ask better questions. What problem are we solving? What does a win look like for you? What are the risks if we do nothing? Watch who gets uncomfortable with clarity. Confusion is a tactic for those who cannot compete on substance. Write down terms. Translate promises into timelines. Translate timelines into milestones. Translate milestones into ownership. Influence loves accountability because accountability turns intent into impact. This is also a season to be uncopyable. Publish your principles as much as your projects. Anyone can lift your format. Few can live your philosophy. Codify your edge. The way you prepare, the way you debrief, the way you recover from mistakes. Share outcomes, protect process. Post the cake, guard the recipe. Not out of fear, but out of stewardship. Imitation always trails authenticity, and authentic systems create results faster than replicas. Let others play with your outline. By the time they catch up to yesterday's you, you'll be standing in tomorrow's room. Your character is now your loudest microphone. When rooms become curious, stories follow you into them. Some true, some twisted. Solve that with consistency, not commentary. Keep appointments. Keep promises. Keep neutrality when gossip hunts for your emotional reaction. Decline dirty shortcuts. Decline messy partnerships. Decline easy applause that costs you quiet at night. The discipline that built you must not be traded for the spotlight that tempts you. Let your yes be measurable and your no be final. Guard your rest like revenue. Observation can be draining if you start performing for the watchers. You are not a circus act. You are a strategist. Schedule solitude to separate signal from noise. Decision fatigue is a sabotage strategy. Do not let it land. Hydration, movement, and sleep are not lifestyle decor. They are executive skills. Your nervous system is your first investor. Keep it liquid. Calm bodies make clean choices. Clean choices keep momentum compounding. Read the room's temperature without absorbing its weather. When admiration shows up, store it as data, not nutrition. When criticism shows up, extract the useful molecule and discard the toxin. When silence shows up, don't fill it with insecurity. Fill it with preparation. Silence is often the sound of logistics aligning. If you keep sharpening while the room stays quiet, you won't need to get ready when it gets loud. You will already be in rhythm. Finally, know that visibility has a moral weight. People will model whatever you normalize. If you normalize patience, pace spreads. If you normalize accuracy, rumors die. If you normalize gratitude, entitlement starves. You are being read like a blueprint by teams you'll never meet, and by younger versions of you who are learning how to stand. The watching is real. The caution is real. And so is the opportunity. Interpret this moment correctly, not as a reason to fear, but as a reason to refine. The eyes on you are proof that the work worked. Now make the next chapter non-negotiably excellent. Measured, documented, repeatable. The ones observing you will either elevate you or expose themselves. Either outcome advances your mission. Keep your head clear, your circle tight, your standards high, and let your quiet mastery do the talking. Chosen one, before we go further, I want you to pause and understand that this moment carries power. This is not just another video, it is a message that has found you for a reason. That is why I invite you to stay with me until the very end. There are special and attention-grabbing insights waiting, messages that will not only stir your mind, but also awaken your spirit. And I encourage you, right here and now, to release your most heartfelt wishes into the universe. Write them down in the comments below and seal them with the number 777. This is not a random gesture. It is a spiritual act, a way of declaring that you believe in what is ahead and that your dreams are worthy of manifestation. As you do this, you create an energy flow that connects all of us, building momentum that makes wishes come alive. And if you have not yet subscribed, do so now, because this is a journey of growth, warning, and awakening that we are walking together. Chosen one, understand that the eyes on you are not ordinary eyes. Important figures are watching, quietly measuring who you are becoming. Some of them are visible in your everyday life. People with influence, people with connections, people who can open or close doors with a single decision. Others are unseen, individuals who may not announce themselves, but who take notes on how you move when no one is cheering. And there are also spiritual forces, drawn to your rising energy, carefully observing your choices. This is not meant to make you paranoid, but to awaken you. Because when you are being watched at this level, the smallest actions can carry the loudest signals. Chosen one, this is why you cannot treat this season casually. Every step you take is being weighed. Every word you speak is being remembered. You may feel like no one is listening, but they are. You may think no one is noticing, but they are. They see the way you handle pressure, the way you respond to doubt, the way you stay grounded when others would collapse. And that observation is not just passive. It is shaping the way opportunities will approach you. You are being tested in silence before you are trusted in public. Chosen one, some of these important figures who are observing you want to help you, but they must first know if you are ready. They want to place resources in your hands, but they need to see if you can steward what you already have. Others, however, are watching to see if you will stumble. They are waiting for cracks in your character, hoping to find weakness they can exploit. This is why the warning is so crucial, because not every eye on you is kind. Not every gaze is supportive, and yet, the fact that they are watching means you are no longer insignificant. It means you have reached a level where your presence commands attention. Chosen one, the path ahead requires both confidence and caution. Do not be intimidated by the watchers, but do not ignore them either. Move with precision, with awareness, with faith. Let your consistency become your shield, your discipline your defense, and your integrity your loudest statement. Because in a world where many are observed but few are remembered, you are being set apart as one who cannot be ignored. This is not the time to shrink. It is the time to rise, knowing that the eyes upon you are both a warning and a confirmation of your destiny. Chosen one, when important figures begin to observe you, it means you have entered a new stage of visibility. You are no longer just another person moving quietly through life. You have become a point of focus, a name that circulates in rooms you have not even stepped into yet. This is not by accident. It is the result of everything you have endured, every lesson you have carried, and every discipline you have maintained when no one else was watching. Now, the silence is over. You are being seen, and that sight comes with both opportunity and risk. That is why the warning is so strong. Because being observed is not a neutral experience. It is a crossroads moment where your responses determine your future. Chosen one, when eyes of influence are on you, there are always two groups, those who admire and those who envy. The ones who admire you are hoping to learn from your resilience, to see if you are truly as consistent behind closed doors as you are in public. They look for signs of humility, of groundedness, of a spirit that does not shift with applause or rejection. But the ones who envy you are scanning for cracks. They want to catch you off guard, to find something they can use to say, "See, they are not as chosen as everyone thinks." This is why your integrity matters more than your talent. Talent may open doors, but integrity decides how long those doors stay open. Chosen one, you must realize that observation itself is a test. When someone with influence observes you, they are not only paying attention to what you do when it is easy, but how you carry yourself when it is hard. They want to know, can you hold your composure when you are frustrated? Do you speak with respect, even when you disagree? Do you keep your commitments when it would be easier to walk away? Every detail speaks louder than you realize. A careless word can echo in places you will never hear. A disciplined choice can travel further than you imagined. This is why the smallest things matter when important figures are watching. Chosen one, remember that not all observation is external. You are also being observed in the spiritual realm. Forces you cannot see are taking note of your progress. The higher you rise, the stronger the resistance becomes. That is why certain distractions show up at the exact moment you are making progress. It is why temptations appear when you are closest to breakthrough. These are not coincidences. They are traps designed to see if you will lose focus under pressure. The warning here is clear. Do not let temporary noise cost you permanent opportunity. Hold fast to your discipline, because the test is not meant to break you. It is meant to reveal your strength. Chosen one, you may feel overwhelmed at the thought of being watched so closely, but do not let fear control you. Instead, let awareness empower you. Move with precision, but also move with confidence. You were chosen for this visibility, not by mistake, but by design. Everything about your journey has been preparation for this moment. The challenges you faced, the seasons of isolation, the times when you thought no one cared. All of it was training. Now, as important figures observe you, they are seeing the fruit of that training. You are no longer hidden, and though that may feel uncomfortable, it is also confirmation that you are ready. Chosen one, The presence of watchful eyes is proof that your influence is growing. People do not observe what is ordinary, they observe what is extraordinary. They do not study the forgettable, they study the unforgettable. And you, whether you realize it or not, are unforgettable. That is why you must embrace this warning with courage. You are not being observed to be destroyed. You are being observed to be revealed. But revelation requires responsibility. This is your time to prove, not to them, but to yourself, that you are exactly who you were called to be. Chosen one. When eyes of influence lock onto your path, you are walking in a space where every move is magnified. It may feel strange at first, like a quiet tension in the air, but it is no accident. You are being observed not simply because of what you do, but because of who you are becoming. Important figures are not watching you out of coincidence. They are watching because you are carrying something that cannot be ignored. This is a warning. Your decisions in this season will ripple further than you can imagine, reaching people you will never meet and shaping outcomes you cannot yet see. Chosen one, you must understand that being observed is both a privilege and a responsibility. On one hand, it means you have risen to a level where your presence cannot be dismissed. You are a force, and people of weight recognize it. On the other hand, it also means you cannot afford to be careless. Your words, your habits, your alignments are all signals being read. Those signals can either strengthen your influence or weaken it. That is why the warning is urgent. Your next steps are not just about you. They are about the future doors that will open or close, depending on how you carry yourself now. Chosen one, some of those who watch you are silently rooting for your success. They see your potential, they admire your strength, and they are waiting for the right moment to extend a hand. But others are watching with very different intentions. They want to see if you stumble, if you break under pressure, if you betray your own standards. They are not watching to help. They are watching to expose. And this is why the discipline of your character must be stronger than the noise of the crowd. Let them see consistency. Let them see patience. Let them see endurance. Because in the end, truth always outlasts rumor, and integrity always silences envy. Chosen one, observation can be exhausting if you forget who you are. Do not start performing for the eyes that follow you. You are not a stage act. You are a leader in formation. You do not need to prove yourself to everyone. You need only to remain aligned with your purpose. This is where many fail. They adjust their behavior to impress their observers, not realizing that influence is never impressed by imitation. What people truly respect is authenticity under pressure. If you can remain steady, true, and focused, even while being watched, you will prove more than talent. You will prove character. Chosen one, you are also being observed by the unseen. Spiritual forces are watching your growth, your responses, your obedience to the whispers of your calling. Every distraction you resist, every temptation you overcome, every discipline you maintain is a statement. It is evidence that you are ready for greater. This is why the warning feels heavy, because the unseen knows what is at stake. If you stay faithful, your influence will multiply. If you become careless, opportunities could slip through your hands. This is not to scare you, but to sober you. You are being measured, not to break you, but to elevate you. Chosen one, the most powerful thing you can do in this season is protect your peace. Guard your words, guard your energy, guard your circle. Do not let curiosity from others pull you into explanations you do not owe. Do not let pressure push you into commitments that are not aligned with your path. Move slowly if you must, but move with intention. Those observing you will either learn to respect your pace or reveal their true motives. Either outcome is a win for you. The warning is not to run, it is to refine. Stand tall, sharpen your focus, and let your actions speak louder than speculation. Chosen one, understand this deeply. You are not being observed because you are weak. You are being observed because you are strong. You are not being watched because you are failing. You are being watched because you are rising. Important figures do not waste attention on the insignificant. Their eyes are on you because you are on the verge of influence that will affect more than your own life. Embrace the warning, honor the weight of this season, and carry yourself as one who knows. Everything you do now is preparation for everything you are about to step into. Chosen one, this is the season when you cannot underestimate the gravity of being observed. Important figures are watching you closely, not only for what you can accomplish, but for how you carry yourself under pressure. They study your discipline, your patience, your ability to endure challenges without losing your focus. And the warning here is clear. Do not let the weight of their observation cause you to shrink or second-guess yourself. Instead, let it sharpen you, refine you, and remind you that your presence has reached a level where even silence carries authority. Chosen one, the ones who are observing you are not all the same. Some are mentors in disguise, waiting to see if you are teachable and humble enough to be guided into greater opportunities. Others are skeptics, watching to see if your character aligns with your words, hoping to find a weakness to exploit. Still others are potential allies, quietly looking for confirmation that you are consistent enough to trust. This is why your consistency matters more than perfection. You do not need to impress everyone. You need to remain unshakably true to who you are. Consistency builds trust in a way performance never can. Chosen one, understand that this attention is a sign of your elevation. You were not always watched so closely. There were seasons of invisibility where it seemed like no one cared about your effort. But those seasons were training. They were refining your skills, your focus, and your endurance. Now, the eyes upon you are proof that your preparation is bearing fruit. You are stepping into a space where your decisions affect not only your own destiny, but the perceptions and possibilities of those around you. That is why the warning comes with such urgency, because a single choice now can echo far into your future. Chosen one, do not mistake observation for approval. Just because people are watching does not mean they are for you. Curiosity does not equal support. You must develop discernment in this season. Ask yourself, who benefits from my growth and who fears it? Who encourages me quietly and who waits for me to stumble? Observation is neutral until motives are revealed, and motives often show themselves over time. Be patient. Watch back. Let actions reveal intentions. This way, you will not be blindsided when envy disguises itself as friendship, or when genuine allies reveal themselves through their consistency. Chosen one, the warning also extends to your inner life. When important figures are watching, it is easy to focus on external performance, how you look, what you say, how you move. But what truly sustains influence is what happens in the unseen. Guard your private habits, your thoughts, your emotional responses. Those are the foundations that observers may never see, but they eventually feel in your results. A shaky foundation will always reveal itself over time. Do not compromise your standards behind closed doors, because the strength of your private discipline determines the longevity of your public influence. Chosen one, this is not the time to scatter your energy. Keep your focus tight, your goals clear, and your circle small. The more eyes that are on you, the more voices will try to influence you. Some will praise you to distract you. Some will criticize you to discourage you. But neither praise nor criticism should dictate your path. What matters is the steady alignment of your actions with your purpose. Keep building. Keep refining. Keep your head down when noise rises. Those who observe will either fall silent in confusion or rise to respect your unwavering discipline. Chosen one, realize the power of patience in this season. When you are being observed, every delay feels magnified, every test feels heavier, every silence feels suspicious. But patience is your shield. Those who rush to impress often reveal their desperation, but those who move steadily reveal their strength. Important figures respect patience more than panic. If you can remain calm and deliberate while being watched, you prove not only your talent, but your maturity. And maturity is what separates those who succeed briefly from those who endure for a lifetime. Chosen one, Embrace the reality that you are not invisible anymore. Let this warning guide you, not frighten you. You are being watched because you matter, because your growth is undeniable, because your influence is rising. The observers are not your enemy. They are your mirror, reminding you that your actions carry weight. Let your life reflect the excellence, humility, and strength that made you chosen in the first place. You do not need to fear their observation. You need only to honor the responsibility of being seen. Chosen one, as you come to this final part of the message, let it settle deep within you. The reason important figures are observing you so closely is because you have reached a point of undeniable significance. Your presence is no longer small. Your actions are no longer hidden. Every step you take now speaks into spaces you may not even enter physically. Your discipline, your resilience, your ability to endure storms without collapsing, all of these qualities have brought you into a season where your life itself is a statement. And this is the warning. Because you are seen, you must live with awareness, not fear. You must move with precision, not paranoia. The gaze upon you is proof of your growth, but also a reminder that your decisions now shape more than your own path. Chosen one, you have been through seasons where invisibility felt like a curse. You wondered if your effort mattered, if your sacrifices were wasted, if anyone would ever recognize the strength it took just to keep going. But now the tables have turned. What was once hidden has become visible. Where you once walked in silence, whispers now follow your steps. This is not an accident. It is alignment. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. And the observation you feel is confirmation that your preparation was never wasted. The eyes on you are not there to crush you. They are there because you have risen. Chosen one, this moment requires you to guard your authenticity with everything you have. When people watch, the temptation is to perform, to adjust, to craft a version of yourself that pleases them. Resist that. What drew attention to you in the first place was your truth, your steady commitment to being who you are without apology. Do not trade that authenticity for approval. Do not let observation turn you into an actor on a stage. Let your actions remain rooted in your purpose. Let your discipline stay grounded in your values. This way, whether the watchers come as mentors, skeptics, or silent allies, they all meet the same version of you. Consistent, grounded, unshakable. Chosen one, understand that not everyone who observes you has your best interests in mind. Some are inspired by your rise, others are threatened by it. Some hope to help, others hope to hinder. But none of that should sway you. The strength of being chosen is that you are not dependent on their motives. You are dependent on your mission. Stay anchored. Let envy reveal itself. Let support step forward. Either way, your path continues because your destiny does not belong to them. It belongs to you and to the higher calling that placed you here. Chosen one, this season is not just about being seen, it is about being measured. Every choice is being weighed, every response evaluated. But take comfort in this. You have already proven that you can endure silence, rejection, and loneliness. If you survived invisibility, you can survive visibility. If you thrived when no one was watching, you can thrive when everyone is. The warning is not meant to scare you. It is meant to remind you that your life carries weight. What you do now will echo into the lives of those who come after you. That is legacy. That is why you are chosen. Chosen one, let your peace be your power. Do not rush to prove. Do not panic to impress. Move with calm, with confidence, with clarity. Important figures may continue to observe, but your role is not to cater to their gaze. It is to live your truth so fully that whether they admire or criticize, your light remains undeniable. This is how you transform observation into opportunity. This is how you turn scrutiny into testimony. Chosen one, hear this as the closing reminder. You are not being watched because you are weak. You are being watched because you are strong. And let the world see, without question, that you were always meant to rise.